Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 3, Ruined World. Well, we have finally explored the city of Gale, and we are not particularly welcome there. But we've been told multiple times we should go check out the city of Tevrono. So, let's head back up north and hopefully not get interrupted too many times by golems. Fortunately, the Empire troops around here seem to be mostly friendly. Uncontrolled lands. So there's an unexplored bit of peninsula here that I am curious about. Wait there, horses. Oh, hi. Pity I can't use the orb to just fly over enemies. And yeah, definitely confirmed, the bladed golems do not drop golem gems. I suppose they are less magical by nature than the others. Or it takes a lot more energy to power up fire and ice attacks. And acid and whatever else the jeweled golems throw at me. Large field of rubble, huh? Okay, perhaps there was another small town here. That is now dead. Perhaps there is a cat here again, wanting to climb up onto my lap. Really? Nothing in this bit of peninsula? One of the unusual results. You feel energetic. Yeah, I don't trust that flying further up into the mountains will not kill me. Oh dang. I just looked at my character sheet here, and I was wondering why Pearl had spell points. I think the you feel energetic effect gave everyone a few more spell points. Nice. I may have to use that wand of unusual results a little more often. Okay, what's going to be the fastest way to get around here? The forest suddenly grows very silent. Slowly, a group of faceless, gleaming statues comes into view, approaching you. They look you over carefully, seemingly analyzing you and estimating your strength. Then their programming tells them to attack you. Okay, given that Connie is the squishiest of my frontline fighters, maybe I should give her some resistance ability. Because holy crap, those jeweled golems do lots of damage. Was there anything else over this away? Not really. Retrieve forces. And follow road to north, more or less. Swampy area here. This could be interesting eventually, but I do need to be a little more focused. So I am assuming this road will take me to Tevrono. Certainly it's leading me to something interesting. You encounter a golem blockade. A group of the lethal statues stands in a straight line, perfectly still, blocking your path. If you want to continue, you'll have to fight. Interesting that they are doing a blockade instead of attacking me. When you move towards their line, the golems do not hesitate in attacking. Not too bad. Gale to the south. And another golem blockade. When you charge the golem line, a band of soldiers from Tevrono, seeing an opening, charge up to help you out. There's a lot of golems. The help may well be needed. Golem of blades, jeweled golems, ice golems, and a demon golem? Oh boy. Okay, demon golem. Level 22, health 120. Lots of magic points and level 5 priest spells. Oh no, they cast spells now. Also resistant to basically everything and sleep touch? Really, you needed to give him all of that. Ah, and that's what acid does. It does quite a lot of damage over time. Ah. Okay, the demon golem is kind of annoying, but at least he can't haste him and his allies. Also, the Empire soldiers really were helpful. They managed to take out a couple of the jeweled golems after I softened them up a bit. The Empire soldiers bring their wounded back into Tevrono, pausing to thank you for your help in breaking this blockade. Yay! You find a small path leading into and out of Tevrono. No golems are here. Instead, there's a band of soldiers and dervishes standing guard. Beware, to the north, golems are everywhere. Yeah, I had kind of noticed that. Another golem blockade. Wonderful. Oh, and another helpful band of Tevrono soldiers. Wonderful. And another band. Oh, and another helpful band of Tevrono soldiers. Actually wonderful. Okay, that one didn't go quite as well. Holy crap, that demon golem did lots of damage to Amethyst. Turns out he also has really powerful fire breath. Oh, I didn't even lose my extra spell points. E. Navigating around the north end of Valorum can be a pain because there are lots and lots of big trees. Stay safe out there, horses. And now the city of Tevrono. We've got a little bit of rubble out front. You reach the fortress city of Tevrono. This highly defended town is a model of efficiency, especially compared with the wreck that is the rest of Valorum. Neatly uniformed guards and dervishes march precisely about, keeping a careful watch for golems. You notice the city walls have metal sheets leaning in over this town. They are heavily pitted and scarred. They must be there to block the fireballs the golems have been lobbing over the walls. Body parts from slain golems adorn the walls. So we got a little bit of rubble out front. Magic barriers also. And thick but effective walls. Well, mostly effective anyway. There's at least one kind of destroyed building. And just because I have to check... No, the regular soldiers don't have anything to say. You meet Tevrono's weaponsmith. She's almost frantically busy, struggling to keep up with the demands of supplying the soldiers in Tevrono. I'm Tenuta, she says breathlessly. Helping keep Bazaron's troops supplied. You can purchase some things too. I still have some of my old stock. Okay, she has some pretty decent iron weaponry. Ooh, and some actually pretty good steel. Prices, however, are utterly ridiculous. General Bazaron has figured out how the golems move and act, and figures out ways to kill them. It's an honor to supply his troops. I make them weapons, and improve them when I have the time. I know a little magic, enough to make a weapon burst into eternal flame. Interesting, huh? Very draining, but I do it when I have the chance. Yeah, I wouldn't call that a little magic, that's actually pretty impressive. She thinks, if you want a weapon augmented, let me know. Let me see your identified non-magical weapons. She looks them over and gives a price for augmenting each one. Hee. Oh yes, that is what I'm talking about. Flaming enchantment, only 10,000 gold each. Unless that is 15,000. Was that really only, 1,500? That is a steal for having a flaming great mace! Remember when Amethyst did extra damage to giants? Now she'll do extra damage to everything! Everything that isn't fire immune, anyway. Mwahahaha! That's the good augmentation I was looking for. And is the archer interesting, or are you just an archer? Okay. Tevrono Barracks B. Stay always alert. Shirkers will be whipped. Ooh, someone has a trophy. Tevrono Barracks A. Stay always alert. Golems can come at any time. You are not the general. That looks like an inn. General Baziron gets his own office, because he is just that cool. I thought I saw a priest character, but maybe it was just a soldier. This massive man wears the armor and insignia of an Empire dervish, although he doesn't seem to be in physical shape for melee. This must be the infamous General Baziron. He stands to firmly shake your hands. I am General Baziron. Welcome to Tevrono. His voice is deep and rough, and his skin is weathered. He has the look of a man who spent most of his life outdoors. So should I try to make him sound like Ron Swanson? I'm not sure I can do that. He sighs. It has fallen to me to lead our forces against the golems. We, I'm afraid, are their only effective opposition. He chuckles. The golems are lethal foes. However, they have their weaknesses, and I have developed tactics against them. This is good, as we're the only people who have had any luck opposing them. Tactics that are good for us. Probably nothing that'd help you, but I'll give you one example of how we've been able to defeat them. It's unrelated to the reason I wanted to speak with you. The golems aren't smart. They act only in a certain way, and can't adapt to new situations. So if we figure out how they behave, we can find a weakness in it, and they can't figure out how to deal with it. For example, consider how they bombard our walls. They walk out, approach to 80 feet, throw fireballs and ice bolts, and flee. However, if we sneak up behind them and attack just when they're firing over the walls, it takes them a long time to react. They're dead by then. If the fools in Gale saw this, the war would go much different. But that's not the reason I wanted to speak with you. So the golems are basically robots or automatons, and follow their programming, but their programming is not all that adaptable. We're doing all right against the golems, but we need help. We're chopping at them and slowing them down, but we don't have the strength to find and assault their source. I've heard of you. You have had luck infiltrating and destroying the enemy's fortresses. I would like you to do the same. I can't tell you where they come from, but I can tell you one valuable fact. There are mountains to the southeast. Far up in them lives a mage. He visited us, flying down from the sky like a bird. He said someone should go up to see him. He knows much about the golems. Why he wanted us to go up there, we don't know. But I thought you might want to know. You may be our only hope against the golems. Those fools in Gale, they don't realize the golems are a different foe, and need different tactics. We out here in Tevrono have been the only troops who've had any luck against those things. Okay. Also, probably not going to find anything useful to me in these shelves. Golem gems that I'm not going to steal. you find a series of accounts and records kept by General Bazeron. They chart the course of the war with the golems. He's had remarkable success, although he writes frequently of his lack of sufficient strength to find and assault their fortress. The bookshelf contains several dozen books on tactics, some of them by General Bazeron himself. They look like they've been heavily read and reread. Ah, a man who's educated and effective. And a weapon depot. Inn of Tevrono, closed until further notice. Aw. That said, their door is still open. A man sits alone in the empty inn, working on a map. Osmo, I remember hearing about you. I am Osmo. Nice to see civilians. I'm a mapmaker. I'm stranded here, I'm afraid. He sighs. I've been here for months. I came here on a mapmaking trip, just before the golems made a major advance and circled Tevrono. Now I probably can't get away without risking death. So I just sit here, wait, and make maps. He cheers up. That's my trade. I've been making maps of the area to help Bazeron and his troops. If you want, you can purchase a map of Monoro province for only 50 gold. Sold. Osmo gives you one of the many copies he's made of his map of Monoro province. And I have basically already visited all of the major towns. We've been to Bremerton, Spine Ridge, Myrnia, Greendale, Gale. Have not been to Maddock Isle or the Exile ruins. This map even has the Eagle Rock on it. Cool. And looks like a whole lot of mountains and nothing in the northwest corner. Although the inn is abandoned, the beds are still here. They're dusty, but usable. Sleep? Don't mind if I do. You have a very good rest. Surprising, considering the constant yells and fireball detonations you hear from outside. I guess at this point in our adventuring careers, we're just kinda used to that. So yeah, the inn is here, it's in good shape, but there's no innkeeper. Not a whole lot of people in this town, it's almost entirely soldiers. So, the Empire troops here are able to defend this one town, if not make major advances against the golems. So, somehow, we need to find the source of said golems. And some of that will be through exploring the mountains over here, I believe. Oh boy, another golem blockade. Just to even things up, I think I'm going to move a couple of my weapons around. Have Connie have the flaming steel wave blade and give the poison alien blade to Pearl. I feel like there's a few more of these inaccessible squares on this corner of the continent, where there's just so very many trees. Too many trees. I was told, after all, that I need to fly to get to the mage. Let's see if these are indeed the correct mountains. Looks like it. It's bright, pleasant, and sunny, and birds chirp overhead. You find, in this very implausible location, a large, lovely stone house. Nobody could get up here without flying. There aren't even footpaths. Wow. What an intriguing place. I'm going to explore it in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody.